Hey, you filthy casuals. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the show, welcome to the video. Alright, in today's episode, we're going to talk about something, alright? The video is extremely interesting, to say the least. You might ask yourself, why? Alright? Why? Because according to some of my viewers, alright, I'm getting paid by Uncle Sam himself to talk about something, alright? To talk about the fog. And let me tell you something. If I'm getting paid by the government, alright, to talk about certain things, I won't say anything, but there will be signs, okay? I won't really, I won't say a word about it or anything like that, but like, if you know what I mean, the proof is in the pudding, okay? To set that aside, the video, it's extremely important and interesting because it's something real that people talk about over in the internet and so on, but it's a real thing, what we're gonna be talking about here. And the real thing is smart dust. Smart dust, for those who don't know, it's come up and it's been sort of like related with the fog. Recently, there's been sort of like fog, there's been like lots of fog going around in different areas throughout the world, more importantly, and basically people were saying that, hey, listen, this could be a smart dust. I mean, and I'm coming to the conclusion though, I'm stupid as shit. Like, do I need to get more exposure to the fog so I can get a little smarter? I don't know. But the whole point is, what is smart dust? When was it created? For example, well, smart dust was actually created in 1997, all right, by a couple of, smart individuals, all right, from the University of Berkeley, all right, California. I think it was like California from Berkeley. And basically, they presented that information, all right? They presented a proposal. The proposal stated sort of like the financials of the project. What do they need to, what kind of money? How much of this they needed? You might ask yourself, who was involved in sort of like getting this project and moving it forward? Then now let me ask you something. Who do you think made the internet? Who do you think that actually made the GPS as we know it today? And we use it every single day, all through all devices. For example, who made Siri from Apple? Let's put it this way. Whatever technological advancement the United States has on any country all throughout the world is thanks to a company, all right? This company, all right, is the one that undertook the project because they heard about it. Project got presented to this company, all right? This company looks at it. It goes like, this has immense, huge military value. So therefore, they undertook the project and they took it into a concept, into, something called reality, all right? Something real, which is, we're talking about smart dust. The name of the company is what got me flabbergasted when I found out, because I've never heard of this company before. And it's actually a thing. There's actually a website with everything that you need to know about them, why they were created, how many technological advancements they have made throughout the years since the company started, and so on. And this company, it just doesn't appear in the story, in the history books from the United States, right? You go to school and they won't mention that company, but that company played a important, if not the best role when it comes to getting the United States the technology age in terms of military value compared to any other country in the whole world. The company that we're going to talk about today, right? The company that actually undertook the project is called DARPA. DARPA. Yes, you heard me right. DARPA is a real company, all right, and it was funded for the sole purpose of countering something that happened in the 1950s, okay? In the 1957, the Soviet Union as a whole was technologically more advanced than the United States because they proved it, all right, by sending a satellite that was named Sputnik into the space, all right? The first country ever on Earth to send a satellite into space was Russia, yes, from the Soviet Union, all right? This freaked out the United States so much that a year later they made DARPA to the sole purpose of counter technologically, Russia, because the thing is, like, everybody freaked out, right? Everybody freaked out. The United States and like the government perception and the public perception was that if they have a goddamn satellite that will go into space, what else do they have? What else do they have that we are not really aware of? Right? So everybody freaked out. The United States just like went bananas and decided to make this program to counter anything that the Russians will make. This, by the way, marked the start of the Cold War because the race to make the first nukes, the strongest nukes, and the race to like basically go into space started for reals this time. All right? No one's playing around. Now, years later, the United States is known for hard workers, okay? Like, we are basically, hard working is ingrained in our DNA. all right? It's just the way that Americans function. In general, we do work, all right? We, compared to the whole rest of the world, they fall behind massively when it comes to like the culture that we have when it comes to working. Like we like to work. We work immense amount of hours, all right? Even though our families are, you know, screwed up and there's no, you know, like you see your dad twice a day, that's all you do. But like overall, little do they know, right? Little did they actually know that the United States put on the strap on, the boots, and they actually managed to overcome and basically powered any technology that the Russians has made up to today and any other country in the world, all right? So much so, whatever technology the United States has as of now, whatever the public perception of what technologies they have as of now, they're actually advanced 20 years into the future. Meaning that whatever airplane you see, whatever thing that you see, that they let other countries see, that, picture that 20 years advanced. So much so that the United States actually selling like old airplanes to different countries so they could actually have some piece of tech capable of like defending themselves in a way. So they're making money in the process. But nonetheless, as of now, if there's an alien threat, the United States is probably the most qualified country on earth. The army of the United States can actually just be at any point in the whole world in several minutes. Like it is insane. No other nation is capable of doing just something like that, okay? The United States can actually basically just send a mothership somewhere else and it could take over a country if it even wanted to, okay? Which, again, we're talking about smart dust. DARPA actually developed a smart dust. Smart dust is actually a real thing. And what is it? What is smart dust? Because we've been talking about it, right? We've been talking about the company that overtook the whole program. What is smart dust? For those who don't know, smart dust is a micro-electromechanical system. And what is a micro-electromechanical system? Devices, all right? Nanoparticles, nano devices that can actually interact with light, temperature, vibration, and magneto, all right? They can actually interact with Magneto himself. Magnetism, baby. This thing, in simple terms, can actually make and can scan any surface, all right, that you could think of, all right? It can create maps of different areas and demographics. You guys could see how much important this is or like in a military setting, right? Because when it comes to military, whatever intel you have on somebody else could be used and will be used against them. This is what it is, guys. I really started looking into the fog and I really stumbled upon this because a lot of people were actually mentioning smart dust, okay? This is how I ended up making this video because people were actually tying those two together, and my honest opinion is that it would be a long shot to sort of like think that it would be a smart dust and they're like sort of like having these nano particles running around making people sick. Although it is possible, all right? Whatever you think that the government might be able to do, they will probably do it because of control, right? I mean, it is what it is. The whole point is that technology is a real thing. If anything, what would worry me the most is that the government made the internet, okay? The government itself made the internet, which is DARPA. DARPA made the internet, yes. DARPA made the GPS. DARPA made the first weather satellite that went into space. DARPA made Siri. DARPA made the Apache helicopter. Whatever you could think of that is like groundbreaking in terms of technology, the government has made that. So for you to say that you're like off the grid, bro, and like I'm just, you know, like I can't be tracked, that's not true. All right, they got you grabbed by the balls if they want to. Again, they have technologies that we cannot even think of. All right, like for example, if a dumbass in a garage somewhere can make a cloaking system where you can actually basically blend in the walls, what makes you think that there's no armors already, like super soldiers wearing those armors where they just blend in? They're like breathing down your neck and you can't even see them. I'm getting derailed a little bit, but essentially I want you guys to know that no, I'm not getting paid by the government to talk about the dust, whatever that call is, like whatever, the fog situation. All right, I do think it's really strange. The technology exists. If you were wondering about sort of like the paperwork, I will go ahead and show it to you guys right now. You can actually see sort of like what I'm talking about. But like, for example, here you see it's called smart dust. Okay, smart dust, and University of California, Berkeley, and they asked for $2.950 all right, $1 million. Okay, they're calling it dust modes. Okay, and basically it's composed of a power supply, a sensor, circuits, and communication. All right, for example, here's a model what it's intended to do. It could be done from an airplane because they're showing here that a helicopter could actually just throw it down, and that's pretty insane. And then it tells you sort of like what the nano robot is going to be composed of. So like it gives you actual details on this thing, right? Like the sensor hybrid integrated, the solar cell array, analog analog digital circuitry, IR laser diode. It gives you even a picture, a black and white picture of sort of like what the particle would look like. If you go down into here, you can see the financing throughout the years. So like all of this is actually public, all right? There's nothing to be hidden. There's no conspiracy theory revolving this subject. Everything is on the books, everything is on the paper. All it takes is for you to just look it up. This is super interesting, to say the least, because, you know, people were actually relating this to the fog. And again, guys, I don't think it's related to that. Hey, if your guts is telling you that that's what it is, I don't know what to tell you, guys. I don't know what to tell you. But that's just my humble opinion. You know, I don't think that has to do anything with the fog. Fog was probably caused by, you know, changes in temperature and so on. And maybe, you know, climate change could be also like on the forefront of that stuff happening anyways. Again, guys, I just wanted to put that out there. All right. And again, thank you for watching, guys, for standing by. I just wanted to just let you guys know, because it is a super interesting subject. All right. And I'm really passionate to talk about this because a lot of people commented on my last video, and I'm really got excited because you know, when I see that something like that interests you guys and you guys engage, is awesome to see. So thank you guys for watching, all right, for standing by, taking a look at the video. Don't forget to go ahead and sub, all right, and like the video and hit that notification button. It's gonna helping me and you fight the algorithm gods, all right? That's it. That's it. And guys, how many times do I have to tell you that never, 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 never finger the hand that feeds you? And with that being said, don't forget that it's just a bad day, not a bad life. And remember the Murphy's Law. If you think something's going to go wrong, most likely the high chances are going to increase that it will. With that being said, see you until the next one. I really hope you enjoy the vid. And Rodri is out!